Good morning, students. How are you all? Again, we are back with English grammar, and today we are going to learn about auxiliary verbs. Now, what is this auxiliary verb? Now, when we speak of verb, what is a verb? A verb is an action word. What is that? A verb which helps another verb. Again, I repeat, a verb which helps another verb with respect to the formation of its tense, voice, or specific meaning is known as an auxiliary verb. Again, I repeat, a verb which helps another verb with respect to the formation of its tense, voice, or specific meaning is known as an auxiliary verb. Now, in auxiliary verb, we have two main types. One is the primary auxiliary verb, and then we have the modal auxiliary verb. Primary auxiliary verb and the modal auxiliary verb. Now, in primary auxiliary verb, we have three types. That is to be, to have, and to do. I repeat, to be, to have, and to do. Now, what is this to be? Now, what comes to under to be? To be is a root, and from this root, what comes is am, is, are, was, were, shall, will, be, being. These are the primary auxiliary verb of the root to be. Now, what is the function? Formation of progressive tense, and passive voice. Okay, formation of progressive tense and passive voice. Now let us see the sentence. They are enjoying themselves in the swimming pool. They are enjoying themselves in the swimming pool. Okay, now here which is the verb? They are. Okay, are. So are comes in which tense? Is it progressive tense or passive voice? It is progressive tense. Why? They are swimming, they are enjoying. So you can see ing word is used. They are enjoying. So what are they doing? They are enjoying. So ing form is used. So ing form comes in progressive tense. So are enjoying. Okay? To be. Now let us go to have. To have. Now to have we have, has, and had. Have, has, and had. Now this is used during function of it is formation of what? Perfect tense. Formation of the perfect tense. The example here is given. She has completed her homework. She has completed her work. Okay. So has completed past tense, but has perfect tense. No, perfect. It has already taken place. She has completed her work. Perfect tense. Okay. The third one is you can see is to do. To do is the root. And what are the verbs of to do? Do, does, and did. What it is? Do, does, and did. And what is this function? Formation of interrogation and negation. Formation of interrogation and negation. Emphasis, request. What it does? It emphasizes request, invitation. Emphasis, request, and invitation. Now let us see the sentence of to do. Do come with me to the party. Do come with me to the party. Here, do come with me to the party is what you are requesting someone. Let us take. We did check all the bags. We did check all the bags. Now here what will come? Emphasis is given that we did check all the bags. Alright, let us take another sentence. I did not buy any flowers today. I did not buy any flowers today. Did not means not what is it. So it is negation. It becomes negation. Or do you know the answer to this question? Do you know the answer to this question? You are asking some question. It is so. It is do is interrogation. It is interrogation. Clear with this? This is the something of primary auxiliary verb. Now we come to the modal auxiliary verb and its functions. Modal auxiliary verb and its function. You can see can. Can means it has the ability, informal permission and possibility. Can and could have same thing. It has ability, informal permission, and possibility. If you take one sentence of can, okay, which shows ability. I can study well in quiet room. Means where can I study well? I can study well in a quiet room. It is showing my ability that in the quiet room I can study well. So it is comes a model auxiliary verb I can. So ability it shows. Can and could. Okay. Second sentence you take over here. Second one is might. Might is formal permission and possibility. Formal permission. It might rain today. Possibility. Okay. It might rain today. Formal permission or possibility. It might rain today. Okay. Then may. Formal permission. Possibility and expression of wish. May I come in, teacher? You say no. May I come in, teacher? So may I come in? You are asking in expression of wish. That shall I come in? Okay. Expression of wish. Then next you take must. Must is compulsion, determination, duty, obligation. You must do your daily homework. You must do your daily homework. So here what is given? Is given is obligation, determination, compulsion is put. That you must do your daily homework. Okay? The next is ought. Moral obligation or advice. Moral obligation or advice. Let us say ought, what will come? We ought to respect our senior citizens. We ought to respect our senior citizens. Moral obligation that we ought to respect our senior citizens. Do we not respect our elders? Do we not take their blessings? So we need to, no? So it is ought. We ought to respect our elder or senior citizen. It is moral obligation or advice. Dare, courage. It shows a daring which you do. Okay? He dared to fight the lion. He dared to fight the lion. Showing the courage. How dare you come in the office? Principal says, how dare you come in the office? That is how dare you are showing your courage. Then need, necessity. Need, okay? Necessity. You need to repair your watch. You need to repair your watch. It is your need. It is a necessity to repair your watch. It is a need. You need to repair your watch. Have to. Compulsory obligation. You have to go there today. You have to go there today. Or you have to complete the homework right now. It shows compulsory obligation that you have to complete your homework. Okay? Have to. Then shall. Shall has many things. Like shall is we have future action. Okay? Shall is future action. Determination. Threat. Promise. Okay? Future action. Command. Compulsion. Formal request. Okay? You can see future action. Command. Then it also has compulsion and formal request. Shall I come in? Shall I come in? Future action. Shall I come in? Request. Okay? Request, formal request. No? Shall I come in? Means in future it will come. Then next is will. Will is what? Again, future action, determination. Okay? Future action, determination, threat, promise, intention, wish, invitation is will. Will is that. Okay? The next one you take, what is that? Should. Should is what? Duty, obligation. Okay? Duty, obligation, advice, condition, approval. Duty, obligation, advice, condition, approval. Okay? Duty, obligation, advice, condition, approval is should. And the next is would. What is would? Habitual action, polite request, habitual action, again polite request, wish, refusal, determination and invitation is about would. Would you care for a light snack? Would you care for a light snack? What you are asking is, it is a formal request it is making to you. Would you? Okay? Would you? A formal request. Then again, I would like a chocolate muffin. I could like a chocolate muffin. I could like a chocolate muffin. So here it is expressing your wish. I could. Okay? Understood the modal auxiliary verb and how it is used in the sentence? We have primary auxiliary verbs, we have modal auxiliary verbs. In primary auxiliary verbs, we have three main, that is to be form, to have form, and to do form. You can see am, is, are, was, shall, will, be. Then have, has, had, and do, does, did. These are the primary auxiliary verbs. Modal auxiliary verbs you have can, could, might, may, must, ought, dare, need, have to, shall, will, should, would. Okay, these are the modal auxiliary verb. So complete the exercise, whatever is given in the lesson. Now we move on to the next lesson, that is called adverbs and their kinds. Adverbs and their kinds. Now what is the definition of adverbs? An adverb adds more meaning. An adverbs add more meaning to a verb, an adjective or another adverb. What is an adverb? What is an adverb? An adverb adds more meaning to a verb, to an adjective or to another adverb. Okay? To a verb, an adjective or another adverb. Now when you speak of kinds of adverb, there are 5 kinds of adverbs. There are 5 kinds of adverbs. Adverb of time, adverb of place, adverb of manner, adverb of frequency, and adverb of degree or quantity. Adverb of time, adverb of place, adverb of manner, adverb of frequency, and adverb of degree or quantity. Now when you listen to this one, what do you call kind? Adverb of time. Now here it speaks about time, so something in connection to time. Now let us see. An adverb of time. An adverb which denotes the time of action done by the verb. What it denotes? The time of an action done by the verb. Who does? The verb is showing the time of action done. Okay? Time of action done by the verb. Now example. My brother woke up early today. My brother woke up early today. He woke up when today? Early today. It is showing the time. Today. And what? Early today. Okay? So, early today. Now there are other forms of this adverb of time. What are the adverb of time? Now, lately, daily, since, formerly, ago, soon, early, yesterday, today, after, etc. Okay? When these all things come in the sentence, it becomes an adverb of time. And this verb or an adjective or another adverb which is used in the sentence, they become an adverb of time. Now same thing is adverb of place. Adverb of place. Here the adverb which denotes the place of action. Earlier was the time of action. Denotes the time of action. Now it is the place of action. Where it took place. There it was where it took place. Time. Now it is where it took place. The park is too far. The park is too far. Where is the park? The park is too far. It is showing the far. The distance. Okay? It shows your distance. It shows the time. Far, near, forward, backward, here, there, in, out, above, below, etc. These are words which shows the place of action, denotes the place of action, is called adverb of place. It shows a distance. It shows a distance. Okay? Then we have the adverb of manner. Adverb of manner means how this action has been done. The manner of the action done. Okay? An adverb which denotes how an action takes place. How an action takes place. How an action takes place. Earlier what was the time of action, then the place of action. Now how the action takes place. The old woman argued loudly. How he argued? Loudly. The manner of action is loudly. He is arguing. That is the action. That is the verb. Okay. But how is arguing? Loudly. So the manner of action. Okay. How the action is taken place. Then we come to the next one. That is adverb of frequency. Frequency means how often it is done. Now do not get confused with frequency and okay, frequency and time. Time is showing the time of action. Here, how many time, number of time. Here only is time of action. Today, tomorrow, yesterday, that way. No? But here it is showing the number of times of action. Number of times. Okay. Adverb denotes the number of times while action takes place. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, always, few times, like that. No? Like see, Susan watched the program again. So it's showing that the program she watched again. Susan watched the program again. It is not saying that Susan watched the program today and in the morning. No, it is not showing the time of action, but it is showing how much time she has seen the program. She has seen the program again. Like twice, once, thrice, seldom, rarely, sometimes, again, frequently, etc. Then the fifth one is adverb of degree or quantity. Adverb of degree or quantity. Now the degree, the quantity of the action done here is shown over here. The quantity of action to which an action is done. Okay, denotes the extent or quantity to which an action is done. Okay, the principal was quite pleased with his pupils. Quite pleased means he was showing the extent of his happiness. Okay, extent of his pleasing. No, he was pleased, but how he was pleased? Quite pleased means to the extent of or quantity to which an action is done. For example, little. He has a little work means shows the quantity of action which is a little, enough, quite, rather, almost, partly, fully, altogether, etc. Okay. Again, let us go back. Adverbs and the kinds of adverbs. What are there? Adverb of time, it denotes the time of action done, and adverb of place, it denotes the place of action. Then the adverb of manner, it denotes the manner in which the action is done. Then we have adverb of frequency, it denotes the number of times the action is done. And then we have the adverb of degree, so the extent or quantity the action is, to which that action is done. So with this we finish the adverbs and their kinds. Clear, students? Is it clear? When you do the exercise, it will become more clear to you. So I want you to complete the exercise which is given in the book. Thank you.